Alrighty, so this is going to be a reading for my Geminis for September 21st through the 28th. Thank you so much for joining me back on my YouTube channel if you are returning. And if you are new, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can go ahead and join the tribe. And we're going to go ahead and get straight into your messages for this week. Everything I say may or may not pertain to you specifically, since this is general, so I do have to throw that disclaimer out there, okay? And you'll get a pretty good idea of whether or not this is a reading for you based off of just what the message is, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Also, if you are looking for some personal guidance from me as your personal spiritual advisor, definitely check out my website as well as my Patreon if you are someone who's looking for weekly and monthly personalized messages. Patreon will be your best friend, honey. As well as my pick a card channel. All of that information will be listed below for you to find, and also my information for where you can reach me, okay? So Geminis for September 21st through the 28th, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Geminis for September 21st through the 28th. Okay. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get into it. So Geminis, what I'm seeing for the overall energy for a lot of my Geminis out there, I'm getting a sense of you feeling like there's something missing here. For some of you guys, this could be within some sort of relationship. For some of you guys, this could have been the energy you've been feeling for some time leading up into this point. When it comes to either you feeling some sort of emotional loss due to some sort of relationship splitting up here. This could also be you feeling as if like a piece of you is missing while you're in some sort of relationship due to the fact that there may be some issues that are putting you in a really tough spot here. But with the energy of triumphant success, this is acting as like the Ace of Swords. So with this, I feel like there is a sense of clarity coming in, a sense of victory as well through any sort of emotional loss that you may have suffered in some sort of partnership. This could even be a partnership in business where you thought, you collaborating with somebody in a business sense would be a good idea for you. You could be realizing that's not the best thing, especially if it was from an emotional standpoint, then more of a business standpoint, okay? But beyond that, I am seeing this week will allow a lot of my Geminis out there to get a sense of understanding where their power lies and where your strong suits are up under all of what you got going on here, okay? For a lot of you as well, this will be you taking your power back from situations that have been leaving you feeling a sense of being powerless, okay? So definitely getting a sense of a grip over your situation as well. A lot of you, that will be your focus. Another thing I am seeing as well, when it comes to some financial changes that some of you guys neglecting to make because you may be wanting more for yourself in a financial sense, there's a need for you to really go ahead and put yourself out there, because for some of you guys, you could be scared of putting yourself out there, but the universe is saying sit with yourself, figure out exactly a blueprint on how to spark that business up, or how to go about separating yourself from the 9-to-5 life and being an entrepreneur, if that's something that you want to do. Or this is even spending some time with yourself to just get to know what you like to do in your free time, because sometimes we could be so consumed in our children, so consumed in responsibilities we have to take care of, where we don't have time to really get to know ourselves or even think. So this is going to be important this week as well, okay? But another thing I am seeing for some of you guys, there will be some sort of celebration or party for some of you guys, or event that you may be going to this week. For others of you, this could even be you just being in higher spirits here when it comes to possibly it being pay week, okay? You could be getting paid and it's like, let me go out. For others of you, this is more of like, okay, just you being in higher spirits here. And for a lot of you, I just feel like your focus is going to be on just being in higher spirits and manifesting more for yourself financially. And I feel like intuitively, a lot of you will be getting some nudges as well. There's a need for you to pay attention to what those nudges are and what they mean to you, because it could open a whole new door for you, for a lot of you, when it comes to financial things and just movements that are going to benefit you in the long term, okay? Now let's go ahead and actually pull one of these to actually see what the affirmation's looking like for you. So what is the affirmation I can pass on to my Geminis for September 21st through the 28th? So we have one that fell. Okay, it says, I trust my journey. Okay, and it's a map. And it says, move forward in life with the certainty that you are on the journey that is headed in a positive direction. When you hold steadily to your vision, understand that reaching the final destination will be worth it. The roadmap of life is ever changing and leading you towards your destiny. So with understanding this, there is a need for you to actually trust in the universe when it comes to the direction they're leading you in, especially if there is a lot of loops, twists, and turns and whatnot that are coming up on your journey towards success, or on your journey towards finding yourself spiritually, or on your journey towards losing that weight that you've always wanted to, things of that sort. But understand that's to really test you to see if you are willing to keep pushing and to see how bad you want it. And also understanding that things don't come easy. That's just not how life works, you know? And then we also have my energy flows abundantly. And it says an endless amount of energy is always available to you and is ready to be transformed into positive action. Prioritize rest and rejuvenation to function at your highest capacity. Draw upon your reserves as required and revitalize those around you. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and actually take a look at your love life, and then we'll go ahead and get into a full spread for you. What is going on with my Gemini's love life for September 21st through the 28th? What's the energy surrounding their love life? Okay, so we have calling in your soulmate. And it says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring it together. We also have children, and it says your love life is being affected by children. And then bottom of the deck, I do have flirt, and it says extend your lighthearted energy to others, okay? So for a lot of you, you are dealing with a soulmate connection here. For some of you guys, there could be a little bit of childish energy there as far as like arguments coming up. For some of you, it could actually be children that is affecting this connection, whether that's like you're dealing with somebody who's having to focus mainly on their children, or this person may be having children or issues with the person they may have children with. Or for some of you, you may be a mother and it's like your main focus or your main priority is your children and you can't really accept love. Or again, like I said, this could even be a childhood love where this, you know, connection is still keeping you kind of tied to each other. Also, for others of you, like I said, this is childish behavior. But for a lot of you, you are trying to keep an open mind when it comes to this connection with this person because there is a level of chemistry there. It's just the distance is definitely a thing here for some of you, okay? Whether that's physically or just mentally. Now, let's go ahead and get into the spread to see just more in depth what's going on with you for this week. Whew. Excuse me, Geminis. All right, Geminis for September 21st through the 28th. What's the energy surrounding my Geminis? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So some of you are dealing with Leos, or you're really trying to keep the strength with your connections or just in general. Geminis for September 21st through the 28th, please. Gemini for September 21st through the 28th. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about it. So bottom of the deck, Geminis, we have the Six of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Sun card. So again, we have that Leo energy showing up here. So with this, you want some sort of situation here to be successful. And for some of you guys, you may be dealing with a fire sign who really wants your attention. But you may be at a crossroads about whether or not this is something you want to even bring light to. Or if there's... For some of you, you're trying to figure out whether or not it's smart for you to interact possibly with this Leo who does want attention from you. Okay, for others of you, it could be vice versa. But with the Seven of Swords, the Moon card, and the Page of Wands, it's like there may have been deception in the past where you were in a space of not knowing whether or not it would be best for you to communicate with this person or continue to work with them. But I'm definitely seeing that there was some sort of connection here. And for some of you guys, this could have been somebody you were building a relationship with. If it's not a Leo, this is somebody who didn't make you happy at one point, but there could have been deceptions, or you may have realized that there were certain things that weren't really lining up, or just things were coming up here, okay? But coming into this week, I do have the Knight of Swords. And with this, I am seeing that you are either going to receive like sudden communication from possibly another air sign, or you may be suddenly taking some sort of action when it comes to a connection you have with someone, or even possibly in a work situation, like you suddenly taking action towards getting a better job, or suddenly taking action towards doing stuff that you need to do to finalize your business. But clarifying the Knight of Swords, I do have the Four of Swords and the Emperor. So yeah, there may be some out of the blue communication, possibly from an Aries, Taurus, or somebody who you may have kids with. This may be the father of your kids if you are a woman out there. But with this is like also you taking action as far as stabilizing your situation and getting things under control after really sitting back and taking a peace of mind, or getting a peace of mind here, okay? Now, what I am seeing for last week's energy, I do have the Knight of Cups. I am seeing this energy of you trying to either offer yourself emotionally to someone else, or if somebody was trying to offer themselves to you emotionally. Clarifying that, I do have the Death card. So this could have been a Scorpio or somebody who you may have ended things with. And again, with that Knight of Swords energy showing up again, this may have been out of the blue. Okay? Now, what I am seeing for the advice for this week, I do have the Ace of Cups. And with the Ace of Cups, this is you doing what's best for you in an emotional sense. Like with the Ace of Cups, this is also having a sense of self-love and self-respect for yourself, to understand that you can't give love from an empty cup. This is like having self-love for yourself, so that when anybody else comes into your life, they can't destroy your faith or your love for yourself, or they can't shake you to the point where, you know, they're your main focus and they're not your main focus, if that makes sense. It's kind of like being able to put yourself first before a relationship, which is hard for some people, especially getting into relationships. But with the Knight of Coins and the Knight of Cups, if there is some sort of love relationship that is, you know, being presented to you, you do want to take your time. Don't rush into anything, and make sure as well that you are making sure this person is taking more action than saying what they're gonna do and not really doing it. So when I say that, it's making sure you're not just listening to somebody just tell you sweet nothings and they don't really follow through with it. Make sure you're taking your time so that you can actually see how somebody is going to interact with you in a love sense, if they are trying to present some sort of relationship or opportunity to you, okay? For others of you, this is also looking at possibly other opportunities that will make you feel more fulfilled, especially if you are feeling some sort of way in a financial sense about things moving too slow for you. I feel like looking at other opportunities will also be very much beneficial. Not saying leave any job behind, but looking at other opportunities, okay? Now, what we do have for the obstacle or issue that may come up this week, I do have the Three of Pentacles. And with this could be you working together with someone. This could also be having issues with coming together in a business sense. This could also be as well like there being a third party in your relationship, possibly with a Leo. And another sign, for some of you guys, you may have a hard time picking if you are someone who's dating casually. This only resonates if you're dating casually. If you're dating casually, you may have a hard time picking who you want to deal with. For others of you, you may be, again, in a space of not knowing whether or not you can work things out, possibly with the Leo, okay? But for the outcome of this week, we do have the Justice card. And this is the card of actually balancing things out and actually restoring harmony back into your situation. Also, this is the card of karma. Okay? Karma is not a bad thing. Karma is not a good thing. Karma is just there to settle shit. Okay? So Karma's going to be different for everybody. But clarifying that I have the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Swords in reverse that flipped. So this, you may be making things right with somebody. This may be a Libra. You may be making things right with this person, but for a lot of you, you may not be rushing into anything because, again, or somebody may be offering the opportunity for you guys to work things out. It's either you doing it or the cross watcher. But somebody's not going to rush into doing it per se due to the fact that they feel like there's issues that need to be cleared up. So take this reading how it applies to you. For some of you guys as well, if you are like in a legal situation, I feel like you will win this case if you don't act too impulsive as far as being too impulsive with like your actions. I don't know who that's for, but that's for somebody out there, okay? But that's pretty much what I'm seeing. I hope that I was able to give somebody out there some sort of guidance or clarity. If this did resonate, please make sure you like this video, comment below, and subscribe. And I will see all my beautiful Geminis in the next one. Also, make sure you check out my description box for my website, my Patreon, and my Pick a Card channel. And I hope you have an awesome week. I will talk to you in the next one. Bye, Geminis.